Welcome back to episode 18 of Late Night Tinkering. It has been a long week, boys. I mean, finally, game week 24 wraps up. The first double of the season for Liverpool and Everton. And we're here recording because the next game week starts on Friday. So, going to get Prem back for this weekend. Looking forward to it. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good, dude. I'm actually really good.
You look really good.
Yeah.
I'm pissed and I'm ready to vent.
All right.
Well, this is a safe space, Charlie. So whatever you need to say, just really let it all out.
I would just say before any racist remarks or anything like that, I'm not held accountable for. Okay.
Okay, don't go there. It's not that safe of a space.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, who wants to go first?
Why don't you start us on? I mean, I think it's safe to say you had the best week.
I mean, in theory, I didn't, but because you took a hit, I did end up beating you by 3 points, I believe. So I end up with 131 points, which astonishingly only gets me a game week rank of 1.1 million. But that's just because.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is actually insane.
Yeah, it is. But that's because there was a lot of big hits, right? So Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Still owned by a good amount of people. Hat trick against Brighton, 17-pointer. But let's get into the people, I guess, that work for me. First of all, I just want to say this entire game week goes out to fucking Beto. Beto, the main man for Everton, comes in for the injured DCL. Everybody that wanted to pick up an Everton forward, which weren't a lot of people, but those who did, went with Iliman Ndiaye. And yeah, safe to say, my little gamble with Mr. Beto worked out. He gets me 3 goals, 5 total bonus points for 21 points. That was huge for me. I not even just from a points perspective, mentally, just to keep me in the season. I needed some of that positive variance, baby.
You did.
So,
you got it.
That was nice to see. Obviously, Mo hauled. I mean, a 29-pointer for Mo. And there was a good bit of people that triple captained him, so his points actually were very slightly detrimental to my rank. And congratulations to those who triple captained him, because getting 87 points from one player is fucking nuts. That's actually insane. You can't hope to hit any more on your triple captain. So good for them. Trent, Mikalenko, and Pickford each picking up a clean sheet in their double game week. And I don't know if Palmer scored or assisted. He assisted and just got a 6-pointer. So that was basically it. It just came from my doublers and the assist from Palmer. That was the majority of my 131 points, as well as I stuck the assistant manager chip. I did play it. I wanted to play it on Moyes. I didn't quite have a good way of getting a third Liverpool player in my team. So I ended up putting it on the flying bald Dutchman, Mr. Arne Slot himself. And a little bit disappointing. Tarkowski scored the goal of his life. What a hit. Unreal. It's like he closed his eyes. I don't think he aimed, to be honest with you. I think he just saw a bouncing ball and was like, fuck it, I'm going to hit it as hard as I can and hope to God that it goes in. And my God, did God answer, because that was one hell of a strike, but it did take away some points from me. It gave Moyes' assistant managers quite the bit of euphoria right at the end there, as their decision to go Moyes over Slot did work out. 22 points for Moyes. What was it, 15 for Slot? But I will take the 15. I will decide whether I'm going to keep him for his double, something we'll talk about a little bit later for game week 25. But I'll take the 131 points. Big green arrow, and now I am back to 1.1 million.
Nice. Climb.
So, we're moving.
I guess I'll save Charlie for last year. 132 points for me on the week. Ended up being 128 with the took. I took to get in Iliman Ndiaye. Pretty electric return from that game against Leicester, but unfortunately kind of a sour ending to the week with him. not just a one-pointer, but he left the pitch 25 minutes in, clearly injured, crying in pain. I'm hoping and praying that he'll be ready to play this week. But
Did you watch it?
We just have to work out if he's a pussy or it's like a serious injury.
No. Did you guys watch it? Did you watch what happened?
The game.
Some of us watched.
So it was the foul that led to Everton's goal, and it wasn't a foul. It looked on first glance as if it was a foul, but then when they zoomed in and did the slow-mo, he kicked the ground while he was running. He just went to go pass it. He missed the ball and kicked the ground.
What do you mean it was the foul that led to the goal? He got subbed off in the 25th, and they scored.
Yes, I get it. He stayed on for a little bit longer, but it was whenever he was getting subbed off, they kept replaying that moment. So I'm assuming that's where he picked up the initial pain. So
Got it.
It was just funny. He kicked the ground. It didn't look all that bad, so I don't know why he was like crying, but you know.
I mean, I think something was clearly wrong, and I mean that was just tough news for me. Brought in DCL the week before, injured, takes the hit to bring an Ndai, ends up being a worthy hit because he got the return, but injured as well. That's just
return.
Tough.
Lucky.
A beautiful goal it was to put him up 4-0. But I guess the reason why I'm at 128 points is because going into this week I had four doublers, 1 Everton, 3 Liverpool, and with Gakpo, Salah, and Trent, the assistant managership with Slot wasn't really an option for me, especially given the limited free transfers that I'm working with over here. So the default option was to stick the triple captain armband on Mohamed Salah. And boy, did he return. I mean, I'm just happy that I'm starting to get a little back from the pain that he was causing me earlier this season. That was self-inflicted pain, but I'm starting to reap some of the benefits of that. Otherwise, really not that crazy of a week. I mean, Bruno, very disappointing 1-pointer. Very disappointing from Brentford, that performance. Bumo doing absolutely nothing. He kind of got shut down by Jed Spence. But I guess I'll get into the fact that I'm somehow still alive in the cup. I mean, it is the second week in a row where I've come in absolute flurry by my opposition's players. The week before, as I mentioned, it was the Kluivert Semenyo Bournemouth double that he had. And this week, I somehow overcame Chris Wood. The 17-pointer to open up the week from him. I checked and looked during that game. He was over 40% owned prior to that game, and he's even continued to climb despite the unfavorable fixtures he had. He's now like 43% owned. But it really ended up being the triple captain that sealed it for me. And my opponent also had a nice little -1 from Verbruggen, which definitely helped. So
what round are you in now?
This would be the round of 16,300 something.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We're going to keep leaving. Final score 128 to 123.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's your rank now? Did you get a green this week or what?
Yeah, it ended up being a pretty small green with the hit, but I was 5 points above safety, I think, but I'm now sitting around 281K.
Nice.
Charlie? Yeah, just a terrible game week for me. Obviously started off hungover as shit. Waking up to a Chris Wood hat-trick is not exactly how you want to start the game week. Can't believe Forest beat Brighton 7-0. Played the assistant manager this week. So I made 4 early transfers, which really fucked me in the end. So I had 4 transfers, and then I took out Luis Diaz for Rodgers to bring in Slot as my AM. And I guess it didn't really work out because I was going to triple captain Mo. But again, I mean, Mo putting up 30 points in those 2 games is ridiculous against 2 of the better. I mean, Bournemouth have been one of the better teams in the league, and Everton at home is always a tough fixture with the derby. So that's insane. But 116 points with a hit, that's including the hit. So small red, could have been worse, I guess, but we move. But no one outside the doublers just did anything, really. Apart from the Palmer assist, but Gabriel, Rodgers, Bumo, Isak, João Pedro.
We have to talk about João Pedro because
Yeah.
Something's going on there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But anyway, slot 15-pointer, but that late goal just ripped my heart out. And I know we're in a milli league with a few guys who have Moyes as their assistant manager. That's like a 12-point swing, 11-point swing.
Yeah.
I was in the shower just like punching the wall thinking about that as I came home. Just truly disastrous and enough to make you think about quitting the game, honestly. Like, I was really pissed. Not good. But let's talk about this upcoming game week, right? I mean,
wait, hold on, because the refs did everything they could to disallow that goal.
Michael Oliver is a shocking ref. I watched the highlights. He lost complete control of the game. There were like 6 yellow cards in the first half.
Yeah.
An Evertonian probably should have been sent off in the second half for pulling back Gakpo.
Connor Bradley could have been sent off too.
Well, But then obviously the foul that led to the first goal wasn't a foul, as we found out. And then somehow he adds another 3 minutes to the end of regulation because Tarkovsky and another guy run into each other on like the 95th minute mark. So
I know.
I will be sending an official complaint to PMGOL to make sure that Michael Oliver gets the David Coote treatment. So we'll see how that goes.
I don't think anyone can get the David Coote treatment.
No, but he should, honestly. I mean, that's just a terrible bit of reffing.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Slot after that game. He never gets animated or in the refs' faces at all. He's always very...
I mean, look. They've also had it all their own way this season, Liverpool, right? So I don't think we've really seen Slot ever losing. They've lost one game all season in the Prem, so we've never really seen that side of him. And I still think, it's way too much to give him a red. Thank God that doesn't count towards the assistant manager points. Otherwise, I think I might have broken my hand.
Imagine if it counted for the assistant manager points and he was suspended.
I saw the red. I was like straight to FBL to try and check the new rules on that shit. So,
To be honest, why would it not?
Because I think you're just getting the team, not necessarily the manager.
They named it poorly.
Yeah,
because they named it assistant manager, but the guy's not going to be on the he's not going to be touch side next week. But you know what I mean? They should have just called it like team bonus.
Exactly.
I think they tried to make it relatable to players, but I don't think it lasts beyond the season. I don't think it lasts personally.
Team bonus doesn't have the same ring though.
Well, obviously
that's why they made it assistant manager.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good shit, Coop. Anyway, what are we on next? Week 25. We've obviously got another double for Liverpool, double for Aston Villa as well. Obviously, at this point, everyone's probably got 3 Liverpool, whether it's 3 players or 2 players in slot. So the question is how much you want to invest in Villa. And for me, I did Diaz to Rodgers last week, knowing that Rodgers was going to have this double this week. So again, I'm not too disappointed with that transfer. So I've just got the 3, my 2 players slot and then Rodgers. I don't think I'll do anything else. Hassan, I know you've kind of flirted with the notion of doing Isak to Watkins.
Yeah, it just depends on how fit he is.
Yeah, the thing that would make it easier is if Watkins had a game in 29, right? That's the tough thing. It feels like you're taking out Isak, who's been a top 3 player in the Prem this year, to bring in Watkins just for the double, and then they both end up blanking 29. I don't know. I don't think I'll be doing it, especially with the health concerns around Watkins.
It depends on what Unai Emery is going to be saying tomorrow. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah. But it's just tough. They play obviously 3 games in a week. Like, do you think realistically he's going to start all 3? That's what I mean.
If he's healthy, if he's good to go, if it was just like a minor thing and he's good to go, I think he will start all the games because they don't have another striker. Rashford can play striker, and we can get into that if you guys want to, but he's not actually an out-and-out striker. And he's also not it's not like he's crazy match fit. The guy spent the last 2 months being left out of the 18. So they don't really have, and now that John Duran's gone, they don't really have a striker. So I think if he's healthy and he's good to go, he will start. Maybe he'll just, if they go up an early 2-3-0 against Ipswich, I could see him only getting 55, 60, which is a bit scary. But if there is a time to punt off Isak, I think it would be right now with his current fixtures coming up. So, like, his fixtures go City away, Forest at home, Liverpool away, West Ham away, blank. That's not fantastic. So if there is a chance to try and, especially for someone like me who's chasing a little bit and needs to take a little bit of risk, it would be something I would do, yeah.
Yeah. I like what Villa did in the transfer window, I think. I mean, Ascendio's been great. Like, he's a good player. Rashford has obviously proven he can play great. Just kind of fell out of favour with all the bullshit that happened at Man U. Marlon's a good player from Dortmund. I think they have a lot of flexibility now. The thing that sticks out for me is that Rodgers just keeps getting like 90 minutes every. Like, he has been. That might have been my greatest take this season. Not just like having him in my team from the start, but saying that he would like get England minutes, and he's already got England minutes, and he's kind of the glue. Like, he's incredible. Like, in tight spaces, he takes the ball and just he's a dribbling machine. The guy just runs at people. He's a madman.
Yeah, he's very good.
So it looks like he's kind of set in that 10 position. So I guess you have like Marlon, Bailey. Is it Murphy? Do they have Murphy on the left wing?
No, they have.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm blanking on his name. It's Jacob something.
Ramsey,
dude. Jacob Ramsey.
Yes,
yeah, there we go.
Ramsey, there we go. Not Murphy. Close. They got like 6 or 7 options now in that attack, which is nice. I think they're gonna. I mean, they got a lot of games coming up. Obviously, they got Champions League, still an FA Cup, Prem, pushing for top 4, obviously. So
they're looking pretty good.
I wouldn't be taking any of those options yet in fantasy. I wouldn't punt on anyone other than Rodgers or Watkins. I mean, Rodgers isn't a punt, but I wouldn't take anyone other than those 2 guys for this week. I don't think I wouldn't touch that defense.
Coop, you're in an interesting situation because you don't have any free transfers. Are you going to try and attack that double? Do you have anyone from Villa right now?
I have no Villa assets, and I have no way of getting in.
Coop's been talking about wildcarding.
No. I've just realized that would just be silly at this stage. I mean, we don't need to talk about it now, but there are so many teams that could end up blanking in game week 34 that it really just doesn't make any sense to wild card.
It won't be that many. It'll be like 6.
I think it's going to be like 4.
Yeah, 4 or 6.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's going to be more of a blank than what is going to happen in 29. And so I just don't think it makes sense for me to play that chip until I know what assets I would want to wild card in 30. But in terms of Villa assets, there's no way for me to get any of them into my team without taking a free hit realistically. I mean, I have it's just brutal. Rodgers for me is the first choice just because of the fact that he plays 90. I feel like he's the most important guy to that team at this point. I'm definitely not looking to punt the other assets, although I do think that depth is going to be really big for Villa. I mean, I think they've suffered a little bit domestically this year with all the Champions League games, and they've dropped down a little bit. And so I just think that depth will help them do well in the Champions League. I think they could end up doing pretty well there and then make a push for top 4 in the Premier League. But unfortunately, it's going to be very hard for me to get in Rodgers. I could use my 1 free transfer to go Isak to Watkins. But I just don't love, maybe my mind will change depending on what Unai Emery comes out and says tomorrow, but I just don't. It's a combination of things.
I know one thing he's going to say for sure.
I don't love.
You know what that is?
What?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't love Villa's fixtures, and maybe Isaks aren't the best, but they're also far from the worst. I mean, City away at this point is
not a bad fixture.
It's not a bad fixture. Honestly, not really sure what to make of Forest right now. They just lost 5-0 and then won 7-0. So I think that 5-0 loss was a bit of a fluke. But
So was the 7-0.
So was the 7-0, yeah.
yeah, it was.
They probably should have lost 2-0 and won 2-0. Something like that.
Yeah, but
3-0.
Unless realistically, I'm probably keeping Isak. Unfortunately, I have no funds. I'm totally locked out, so I can't bring in Rodgers for Smith Rowe. What I am considering doing is dropping Trent down to Konate and playing my AM chip. I can take advantage of the double.
So I was just going to say that. I think you should play the AM chip, but why?
I was going to ask AM chip. Actually, I don't know about the AM chip. I think if you didn't go last week, do you go this week? Because, okay, you have the double, right? You either play it on slot or Emery. Like, that's for sure.
Or you play it on Iraola.
No, you just play it on slot or Emery and get the extra.
But I'm really tempted.
We're trying to have a civilized conversation, Coop, right?
Yeah.
If it's going to be anyone other than slot or Emery, the other guy I would take is maybe Marco Silva. Because I think Forest at home is a very, very winnable fixture for Fulham.
I think Fulham's going to win it.
Yeah, so I mean that's
table bonus right there.
That might be more than like taking slot, for example. If they win both, you know what I mean. But look, you play it this week on one of those two guys. Then you probably have to make a transfer next week, unless you just want to roll with like slot away at City and take your chances there.
Mm-hmm.
Or who did Villa play? Chelsea, maybe. Villa play Chelsea, so you have to make a transfer there. And there's not really any fixtures that really stand out in game week 26.
There's one potential opportunity that we will probably never get again. If Newcastle beat City this week, you could put the chip on Pep in 26 with a table bonus at home against Liverpool. And I would just love that opportunity to stick a table bonus chip on Pep Guardiola.
That's crazy. That's
for
actually
a one-game masterclass to blow the title race right open.
Is that assuming that Liverpool or no?
Yeah, do Liverpool have to win both, or how does that work? No, it's not dependent on Liverpool.
Doesn't matter.
Liverpool will stay first regardless, and if Newcastle beats City, City will go down to 6th. Actually, even if Newcastle and City draw and Nottingham Forest beat Fulham, then City will move down to 6th, and the table bonus would still be present.
Forest is 6 points clear of City. It's Bournemouth.
Oh, sorry, Bournemouth. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Bournemouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Bournemouth beats Southampton and Newcastle and City draw, or City lose, then you get the table bonus on Pep.
Kind of tasty.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I'm starting to consider the AM chip is because I like my front 7 through 29 or 30. I mean, I'm going to keep Gakpo around. I'm fine keeping triple live past the doubles. And I want to keep Bruno at least through that Ipswich fixture. And the same goes for Bumo and Palmer and Salah, of course. And so my impulse to kind of wildcard was based on the fact that I don't love my defense moving forward. That's why my other option is I'm considering going like Hall to Howson for this week. But it feels like playing the AM chip in a double is just, I don't know. It feels like it's the best way to use it, especially because Emery would have the potential for a table bonus at home against Liverpool. So
I would wait until the end of the season.
Cool. I would use it on Emery or slot, but I would, if I were you, I'd go Emery. And then if you get the table bonus for Pep, you do that in 26. If not, Leicester are at home to Brentford, and I would go with Leicester with Rude. And then in 27, you have Palace at home to Villa. That's table bonus. You have Wolves at home to Fulham, which is also table bonus. And you have Spurs at home to City, which is also table bonus. So 27, you have good options. 26, you potentially have one really good option and one okay option. And in 25, you get a double. I think that's worth it.
It's just tough because I feel like there's always going to be these scenarios whenever you choose to play the chip where it's like there will be an enticing bonus. So I just don't know. But the thing,
I wanted to originally wait till the end of the season to use it because of
Yeah.
the people chasing people fighting to stay up, people fighting for Champions League, and it's just the fact that extra fucking double came about that I went away from those plans.
Yeah.
Because if that double hadn't come out, I'd have been like golden. I mean, everyone would have triple caps on Salah, right? That's obvious. But then I would have had I had my strategy laid out, and it's kind of just gone into flames now, which is kind of annoying. But
Agreed.
I would still wait. I would still wait. I think also having that chip for like the last 3 weeks of the season and just seeing your rank go up like that would be kind of nice.
Yeah, and just like taking big risks.
Yeah. Like game week 38, just playing it on the most heinous team. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, because they're playing like some random good team that's already finished.
Yeah. But imagine you need like 20 points to win your like mini league, and you have so I would wait personally. But
that's the other thing. I'm also just not I'm not a huge fan of Villa. Like as I kind of mentioned, they've been pretty inconsistent this year so far in the Prem. Like they just kind of inexplicably got shut out against Wolves 2-0. 2-0. It was away, but it's just it's losses like that.
They had midweek, dude. They didn't have midweek this week. They got a full week break.
So their defense is tough, bro. Their defense
is banged up.
It's horrible. I mean, their defense was pretty horrible before it got banged up, and now they have almost no starters.
I mean, they're starting Kamara in defense. Goes like a holding mid.
Hey, you know what this Aston Villa double means, though, right?
No one should be going Luka Dean, okay?
Luka Dean is surviving for another week in my team.
Oh, wait, you haven't?
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
I've had him for like the better part of like 8 weeks.
I thought you got rid of that fraud.
No, dude. I actually started him this week.
He's going to give you a 1-pointer.
Yeah, possibly. He probably won't start both games.
No way he starts both.
I'm just hoping he starts the Ipswich game.
He should.
I would love it if he starts the pool game and comes on for a nice 1-pointer against Ipswich.
We'll see. I mean, I'm definitely keeping him. Like, there's no way.
Obviously, you have to play the guy.
Yeah. Well, let's move on from the Aston Villa double. I think we have I would personally attack the double. I think Coop is kind of like in a shit situation where he can't really attack the double and doesn't really like Villa anyways. And Charlie, I think you're kind of like, oh, maybe I'll attack the double.
Yeah.
It just depends on the press conferences tomorrow. But what are you going to say, Coop?
I was just going to say, I think the max assets you have for this double are 4. I mean, I'm already on 5. I know. I'm saying if you for some crazy reason, still have an Aston Villa defender in your team, you obviously don't move him out, but you definitely don't get them.
I really think you get rid of Bruno for Rodgers. I think that's a pretty obvious move.
It's Tottenham. It's Tottenham away.
Yeah, Coop, unironically, I've been a Borges supporter. Okay, he's my fucking background. Okay. Like, that's my guy. But yeah, it's if I were you, it's pretty fucking easy. Borges down to Rodgers, AM chip, bring in Unai.
Yeah,
I would say the AM. I'd say the AM.
Dude,
so.
I just.
No, I would keep Borges.
Dude, he's gonna punish me as soon as I sell him.
I mean, look, I got a surprise later for you guys with regards to Borges, but
what do you mean?
Hey, I'm just saying, I got a surprise.
Differential, Jesus.
No, maybe it's Dango time for Team Cease.
Do we have any other topics we want to cover? Obviously,
yes,
the double is huge.
2 topics I want to cover with you guys.
Yeah,
I want you guys' input because there's so many people still have João Pedro in their team.
Oh yeah,
played 45 and got subbed, and then he got benched in the FA Cup win versus Chelsea. What the fuck is going on there? Is he he's getting to a point where, especially for us, where all 3 of us have an Everton forward and João Pedro?
No, I haven't had him in a while.
Oh, you don't have him, Charlie? I think you have him, correct? Can we even start him this week?
I mean, dude, I don't know if I'm going to have a choice.
I mean, you do.
I was before the NDI injury, I was debating who to start. It's tough. I'm not sure. I might just have to play him and pray the guy starts. Thing is, it's not a bad fixture for. I mean, they just beat Chelsea in the FA Cup. It's probably going to be very, 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 very similar teams, like playing 5 days later. So there's obviously familiarity there.
Oh, they're playing again. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. And, I mean, Brighton played literally their strongest team and he wasn't. I mean, they played their full team and he wasn't in the team. It's not like they played a weakened squad. But
and won. So
yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm not going to be transferring. I don't have any money to transfer him out. So he's kind of stuck for a little bit. He also has a fixture 29.
If you had the most informed striker in the league on your team right now, Beto, would you start Beto over JP?
Yeah, I'd probably start Beto.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer.
I think
Palace
so.
away, Beto Palace away. Is Beto on pens if Illiman's out?
There's a chance for sure. I have no clue. I mean, we were just asking if Illiman's on pens. So
no, Illiman was definitely on pens, but Illiman's out for sure for this game.
I mean, it could be Dwight McNeil's obviously not playing. I mean, it's not going to be Decore. Could it be?
It's going to be Beto. It's going to be my boy.
It probably is Beto, to be honest.
It's going to be my boy. Yeah, I'm going to start Beto. Yeah, the JP thing is wild, and Coop, you're lucky you don't really have to deal with it. I think he should. The reason I'm considering keeping him even through this is, like you said, Charlie, he plays in 29, and I think he'll have his spot if he's being dropped, for bad form, whatever. Like usually players like that, like the managers will just drop him for a game or two just to get him out of the spotlight, and then maybe just get it out of their minds a little bit, and then get them back into the 11. So, and I don't want a free hit in 29.
No, neither.
So if that's the case, getting rid of a striker on pens for a decent team, and who does he play in?
It's City away, which is fine.
Yeah, not ideal, but we've said it's not like City's defense is watertight. So I would hold off on letting go of João Pedro just for a little while longer. Let's see what Hertzler has to say. And then
I think it's a hold, and if you have a better option, you play them this week just because of the benching risk. But I don't think it's a sell yet.
I agree. I agree.
What was your other topic?
Nicholas Jackson injured until April, supposedly.
Thank God.
Who backs him up? Is it going to be Mark Guyu or Mark Ju or however you pronounce that name? Mark Gu. Or is it going to be Nkunku? The main man, Nkunku. I think it's going to be Nkunku. And does that make him an option? Because Southampton at home, Leicester at home, coming up for Chelsea. Great fixtures. 6 point. What is he? Is he under 6 mil now? Because he's dropped. 5'7". Holy shit!
Yeah,
he's an option, but there's just better places to go. There's better places to go at that price point right now, and I can say that because it's actually the next topic I want to talk about.
Big differential, though.
I don't know if there's. I mean, look, your Bournemouth mids are obviously maybe better, but I mean, if you're lacking in a couple mini leagues and you want a differential, the thing is, I don't know if he starts both. If he starts both games, I would consider just going Rodgers to Nkunku in 27, because obviously Villa don't have a fixture 29. Chelsea have Arsenal away, not great, but I mean, at least you got minutes there. So
why would he not start both games? They're so wildly far apart. One is the 25th of February. The next is March 8th. So it's not like they're even back to back like that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were.
No.
And are they gonna have points sprinkled in there?
I thought one was midweek.
Well, one is midweek. One is midweek on the 25th of February, and the next one is on Sunday, March 9th. So there's something in between. There's going to be an FA Cup weekend, I guess, or maybe an international break. I don't know.
No, it's not international.
I think FA Cup.
Yeah,
it's March 1st. I think it's March 1st.
Yeah, so they're not in the FA Cup, so there's going to be plenty of time to rest and whatnot. So if it's not like fitness is going to be an issue in terms of rotation.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Unless he gets hurt.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I definitely want to see the selection for a couple of weeks. Obviously, you're not going to bring him in yet, so I mean, if you want to wait and then see for those 2 nice games in 27-28, that's also an option. But again, give it a little time. I think if he's nailed to start, dude, I mean, those 2 teams are really bad. Like that's definitely a good place to go. He could easily. I mean, he's also a midfielder playing up front, which is nice. We love that, right? Like that's what you for.
I love that.
That shit gets me horny at night. Like that's why we play the game. You know,
that is why we play the fucking game. Dude, I agree.
Like that.
I agree.
Are you guys not? Are you guys not like scared to death about the lack of Bournemouth assets in your team?
No.
Really?
I mean, I'll get like Hoyson at some point, and I'll get Ouattara probably at some point. I don't think it'll be this week. My original plan was to make it this week. I was going to go Bruno to Dango this week, and Digne to like Hoyson. I wasn't going to go with Kirkes, to be honest with you, because he's 5 mil, and I just wanted a slight differential. But with the doubles and stuff, I don't just want to, like, I have other things I want to do. Like, I want to attack the doubles. So it might just be next week that I get it, which I would miss a pretty good fixture, yeah?
Southampton away.
South away.
Yeah, I mean, I'd miss a pretty good fixture, but, like, fuck it. I'm not that scared of Bournemouth. I think they're in an aggressive purple patch.
Really?
I don't think they're overperforming per se. Like, I think they're a really good team. And I think I've been saying Bournemouth are really good this entire season. So I'm not saying, like, it's not the way I've been saying Nottingham Forest is overperforming and all this stuff. Like, their numbers back up how well they've been playing. I just think in terms of the output that those midfielders are getting, specifically Semenyo and Ouattara, and even Kirkes, who scored that like last minute fucking goal like 2 weeks ago against Newcastle or whatever, it's just not sustainable, especially Kluivert.
I mean, have you been watching their games?
Yeah, I have.
Like, there's no reason that they don't score at least 3. There's no reason.
Sure, maybe. Like, Southampton is a good fixture, but it's just like score like
the reason they don't score 3 on the road is like pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, and plus, if I miss out on this week, I can always get them in 26 for Wolves at home, which is another good fixture. So
yeah,
I'm not in a rush. Like, am I scared? Like, no. Like, would it be annoying if Kluivert went and got like 4 more penalties and really pissed me off? Like, yeah, but I don't know. It's fine. I'm not like itching to bring him in.
Really? I'm waiting on Eze news, and then I could just do one free transfer and go Eze to one of those Bournemouth mids. Also solves my 29 problem with Eze blanking.
Yeah.
Bournemouth having a good fixture. So that could be my option. It's tough. Eze's had a nice flurry, but it might be time to move off.
Yeah. I mean, you got all of it, so.
Yeah. I think I'm 50-50. That could be my move this week.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty scared, guys. I'm pretty scared of a guy named Antoine Semenyo. I mean,
Semenyo is not the scary one.
He is just that good. No, he should have scored against Poole. Did you see the shot he got off?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
Allison
didn't have a chance. He had no clue what had happened.
I'm not scared of the Bournemouth assets. I'm scared of how angry I'd be if Kluivert gets another bullshit haul. Like,
I really may just bring Kluivert in just to rub salt in the wood. Like, that may be why I do it ultimately.
Like, I want Dango.
Kluivert's done. He's literally going to go back into hibernation for 9 weeks in a row.
I
Dude,
hope
he's
so.
too tired, dude. I don't. You guys are. The penalties is big, but he's also playing number 10. Like, and
I get
very,
it. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just think it's ridiculous the amount of points he has this season.
Dude, he doesn't have that many. He's just got them in like 2 weeks.
Bro, he's the 4th highest scoring midfielder in the game.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty
with 123 points.
Is he outscoring Borges?
dude, Luis Diaz is somehow the 5th.
He's outscoring Borges. He's outscoring Saka. He's outscoring Gordon.
Dude, everyone's outscoring Borges, bro.
No. Son isn't. Semenyo isn't. Madison isn't.
Dude, fucking Iwobi's outscoring Borges.
Bowen isn't.
Serious?
Yeah, well, Bowen's injured.
No.
I need to move off.
Dude, Son has the same amount of fucking points, so.
Borges is 3 points behind Iwobi, Coop.
I need to move off.
No, you should keep him one more week. I think that's a good fixture.
Yo, why do you keep messing with your hair, G?
Me?
Hey,
Yeah.
go look
Well, I
good.
just had my hands in my head. My hair's a little too long right now.
Anyways, also, interesting thing, last thing. There's a new cheap midfielder on the market that I don't think too many people are going to get. Martinelli out for 8 weeks. Kai Havertz out for the rest of the season.
Yes.
Who knows how much longer until Saka's back. Nwaneri has to be, like, locked to start,
Can you
right?
say his
Like,
name right for starters? Fucking
What is it?
Nwaneri.
Nwaneri?
Yeah.
Nwaneri, dude. Nwaneri. Bumo, Mbumo. Nwaneri, dude. Ethan. You know, I'm just going to call him Ethan.
I mean, no, but it's fine, but I mean, who's going to bring him in? Like, why would you bring him in?
Dude,
He's 4-5. He's 4-5. That's why.
Like, unless you're funding other, like,
Dude,
honestly, it feels like there's too much money in the game. I feel like I have too much money right now.
He's a tasty punt, Winery, for the next 2 weeks.
And here's my hot take. I think he might play 9.
No. They'll play Trossard 9, no? Or
What's his
Calafiore.
face? Arteta has talked in the past. He thinks that Ethan's development could be as a 9 in the future. He has said those words before. He thinks that Ethan has incredible ball striking. Why you guys keep laughing? I'm saying his first name, dude. He thinks that Nwaneri has incredible ball striking, which he does, by the way. The way he strikes a football is fantastic. And if he suits up at 9, that's really interesting. Really, really, really interesting. So, because you'd have Sterling on the right, Trossard on the left.
Dude, that team is just going to
Ethan
suck.
at 9.
Like, dude, for starter, if you start with Sterling in your team, like, you're probably not going to win the game.
He's fucking good.
Dude, Sterling sucks.
Sterling?
Oh, Sterling. I thought you meant Ethan, dude.
Dude, Ethan's good.
We're endorsing Ethan. But
NW and Aries is a good player. Like, but I just don't think Arsenal. I mean, dude, Arsenal are going to be. They're gonna find some gritty 1-0 wins. I'll tell you that.
There's definitely going to be a flock of people that rush into it. I would say generally, like what we say about everything, be patient, wait to see what happens, and if it becomes clear that he is like he's getting in good positions, getting good minutes, and et cetera, then he can be talked as one of the cheap midfield options that you could pick up to like put money elsewhere in your team. But as of right now, I wouldn't rush and go pick him up. I just think it's interesting. It's something to look out for in the next few weeks, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the thing is that like even once you're patient, it's like Forest and United away, Chelsea at home. I don't know. It's like at that point, Saka's back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Am I convinced though that he wouldn't start over Sterling? I think he could start over Sterling.
Maybe. I just.
Yeah, dude, he has been starting over Sterling.
Yeah.
But he's played. Yeah, but if Saka's back, he plays that right wing. He plays that right wing position.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he could play 9.
Maybe.
I want to see if he'll play 9.
Okay.
It's interesting.
We'll see. Anyway, I think I wouldn't rush to get the guy.
Neither would I. That's fair. Well, I feel like we've covered a very wide range of subjects.
Maybe should I wildcard in Ethan?
in 25?
That would be unreal.
No, you know what you should do, Coop? Since you're so scared of Bournemouth, I think you should wildcard, get Clivert, Dango, and Semenyo.
No, I was actually planning to get Semenyo and Kirkez, or Semenyo and Hassan.
Dude, how would you not go Dango, bro? He has such a great name. Watara!
I've gotten over the hype a little bit. I've been watching objectively with my own eyes.
He's such a baller, bro. He gets all their chances.
He did. I mean, he definitely struggled against Virgil, but
oh wow! So he struggled against the best center back in the world. Shocker!
I know.
Dude, that's a little disrespectful to Levi Colwell.
Hey, you know what Kanye tweeted out a few days ago?
Well, there's a lot of tweets. Which one?
Fuck Virgil.
Okay. All right. Should we do differential?
I wonder if he was talking about Van Dijk. He probably wasn't, but I like to believe he was.
He was, I think. Yeah.
Fuck Virgil.
Guy's a big Everton fan, I heard.
All right. I feel like we've covered our transfers, right? Like, not
pretty much.
Like, not really, but we kind of have. Like,
yeah, we did. I mean, I'm either rolling or doing Eze to Bournemouth mid. That's probably what I'm doing.
Okay. And
Keeping
Coop,
smart.
who knows what Coop's doing?
It just depends. I mean, you guys have planted this get Borges out of your fucking team seed in my head. And so maybe I bring in Rodgers and play Unai.
Bah.
How is it sheepish if you guys can't do that?
Because we talk you into everything, dude.
You don't. You guys do not. I've done some crazy things that have hurt myself and not listened to you guys. It's either that. I don't know. It's probably that. And
I am going to be on hold with regards to Mr. Alexander Isak and see what happens. Ollie Watkins and Alexander Isak, see what happens with his health. I probably won't end up using a transfer to go from slot to good evening. Just because, like, I get it. Like, there is good, like, in terms of risk reward, I think it's fantastic. And if I was starting the chip this week, or if I had Moyes, I would 100% go with Unai Emery over Slot. But for me, as someone who has Slot, I don't know if it's worth it getting rid of Slot.
If you're not planning to play, dude, those transfers are too valuable.
Yeah, like I would then have to go get in a third Liverpool player as well, so it would be 2 transfers, not 1. Like it doesn't seem worth it.
Like not free hit 29 as well. Like you need every transfer you can to feel like a half decent team that week, right? So,
I agree.
Yeah.
So there is a big chance I just end up potentially just like rolling, just because I will have 2 Villa players, I will have 3 Liverpool players, so I'll have 5 doublers anyways. And then in that case, maybe I could go get a Bournemouth player. Maybe I'll do Watara, but who knows? We'll see. What I will say is something interesting on the FPL page. Trent, 5th most transferred out player this week. I think that's garbage. If you have Trent, don't take him out. He's definitely starting against Wolves. Just wanted to clear the air on that. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
Taking out Trent before the double.
The FPL page is like an indicative, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I guess it is what the average, but I don't think like the good players do it. You know what I mean?
It's not average at all. It's just total count.
Yeah. I guess it's just for like the reactive people.
Yeah. I agree.
Those people who make like 25 transfers a game week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And take like minus 40s every game.
Yeah. I'm going to do that one week, just taking a minus 40.
Dude, honestly, if my rank is in the gutter in like game week 38, I might just for shits and giggles, like, fuck it. If I'm still 1.5 mil, like, who cares if I'm 1.8? And just pick my best 11.
All right, should we do
differential of the week?
Yeah.
And I won. I get what is that 2 or 3 in a row for me now?
I think it's 3. I think it's 3.
You're at 5.
I think you're at 5 now.
Yeah, boy. I doubled down on Beto, boy. We brought him in instead of Illiman, and he fucking gave us 21 points to win his differential of the week and just 12 points on you, bozos. So let's go fucking Beto. So that's fantastic. I'll let you start, Charlie.
Okay, I'm going Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Again? I thought you did it last week.
No, I did.
thought you said you can't do it like in
I
like.
did DM the lap last week.
Yeah, he did the lap.
Oh, he did.
No, actually,
he
no,
did.
why am I doing that? I'm going to do a doubler. I'm going to go Marco Asensio.
You know, he didn't take the obvious doubler choice, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go with was Sobo my differential last week?
Who?
I think he was. He was, so I can't reuse him.
Who?
Soboslai?
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah,
was.
he was.
Was it Soboslai?
Yeah, it was. And he
You got
blanked.
3 points.
He blanked, but he keeps getting shots off.
Great. I send 15 DMs a day. It doesn't mean I'm, doing anything. I actually have a girlfriend, so I'm not doing that. Just
make sure she doesn't watch this episode, dude.
don't worry. She doesn't watch the pod. We're good.
Wow.
I wasn't gonna go for a doubler, but now like I kind of forgot about that. I might just have to do it. Like you kind of got me thinking.
Okay. Let's all do doublers. I want to do Semenyo, but I'm not going to do him. But if I'm not going to go Rogers, and you can't go Rogers, or else that would be super.
He's not under 10%, dude.
Oh, he's not?
Fucking spastic. He's 25%. Yeah, you can't go him, idiot.
I'm going to go with.
Yeah, take Salah, bro.
No. You guys aren't ready for this one.
I know who it is.
Alexis McAllister.
Oh my god.
You know what? I don't mind it. You guys Soboslai 1 week, McAllister this week. So I didn't go Soboslai. So can I go Soboslai this week?
Yeah,
Yes.
you do whatever. Surely you just take Rashford, bro. Like, come on.
Should I go Luka Dean?
No.
Yeah, I'll take my boy. It's
Right.
real sad. It's real sad to see him in a Villa jersey. It honestly kind of killed me seeing him in a Villa jersey. It was awful. The Villa kit. It doesn't look good on him. Red just looks way better on him.
I don't think anything really looks that good on him. But...
Nah, man, it hurts. It hurts my heart, dude. That's my boy. Like I love Rashford. I really do. I've watched his first game for United. I watched his last game for United, and he scored in both. So it's just tough. I'll take him for the culture, dude. I'll take him for the culture.
For the
Respect.
1-pointer?
Yeah.
Respect.
No.
Respect.
I think just 3 for me. 2 everybody else. Respect.
Who has no idea who that is?
Yeah, Coop has no idea what we're doing.
No, I do know what you're doing.
Who
Yeah,
is it? Coop?
It's Mourinho.
Oh, there we go, Coop. He's been brushing up on his ball knowledge, on his history. Dude's been taking his lessons.
On Coop's name, boy.
Let's go, boy. Well, on that note, fellas, we will not be taking so long before the next episode. We are very sorry that we did not record last week, but there was truly nothing to record about.
Yeah.
There really was not. So we thought we'd just have one big episode this
Big
week.
bonanza.
The big bonanza, the comeback of late night tinkering.
This was huge. It's 9:20.
Yeah. I'm ready for game week 25. I'm excited.
I'm going to do a different tactic this week and not watch any of the games.
That's not what you're going to do.
I might.
It's not possible to do that.
Yeah.
You just wake up in the morning, you just can't not turn a game on.
Yeah, it's tough, but...
Yeah. All right, fellas.
My girls making me scrambled eggs. Yeah.
Well, on that note, sayonara.
Peace.
You got to get off that anime.